Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're talking about rush carry holsters. These are pepper spray holsters that allow you to utilize your gear in another way and make it work for you. Let's do our scripture reading and then we'll talk about them. Today's verse of the day comes from John chapter 20, verse 21. Jesus said to them again, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, so I send you." Alright, y'all, I accidentally opened up all three of these guys before I was filming. I thought I was filming. So I put one of them back in the box so you guys can see how these come. It just comes in a little cardboard box on top that says see install guide at rushcarry.com. So, and that is because there is nothing in the box besides a plastic bag with your item. Obviously it won't be ripped already. I've just already opened it. So that is how they come. Nice and simple packaging. Quick disclaimer. The owner of Rush Carry did reach out to me and send me these for free. However, he's not paying me to say anything, and the only form of payment, quote unquote, would just be receiving these for free. So anyway, you are getting my honest opinions and thoughts on these guys. If I like them, great, I will tell you, and if I don't like them, I will tell you that as well. All that to be said, let's talk about these a little bit and my initial thoughts on them and what I think I'm going to use these for, because I don't think it'll probably be exactly maybe what he intended for them to be used for, but I have a couple ideas for these things. So anyway, these are pepper spray holsters, and there's three different versions. This is the clip-on POM Pepper Spray holster, and it just has a little Alti clip. As you can see, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of the Alti clips before. I have these on a holster as well. They are great little clips. And then he has the low profile POM Pepper Spray holster, and this is just a belt buckle, excuse me, not belt buckle, a belt clip. Yeah, I don't know, it's a belt clip. Anyhow, and then he has the Mark III as well, holster with the same clip as this guy here. These are for POM Pepper Spray. He also makes them for Saber Pepper Spray. I don't have Saber Pepper Spray, so I assume it's maybe a little bit different diameter, and that's why he has two different options for POM and for Saber. So, real quick, we're going to do a quick talk about pepper spray. It'll be super fast, so we'll go right back to these in just a second. POM Pepper Spray, I carry this every single day. If you guys like POM Pepper Spray, or if you want pepper spray or like POM Pepper Spray, whatever, I have an affiliate link down below, so if you're interested in them and want to support the channel, you can check them out there. And pepper spray, in general, I think you should be carrying it, whether or not you carry a gun. Pepper spray is something that anybody can learn how to use really quickly, and it's a pretty good way to stop someone in their tracks. I have tested this on myself. There's a video up here you can watch. It is brutal. This stuff, it definitely works. I am a big believer in it after using it and actually testing it on myself. All that to be said, pepper spray, typically when you see it at the gas station or something, it comes with a little keychain or clip that goes onto your keys or whatever, a bag, a zipper, and it's not always the best or easiest to carry. And yeah, you can take this keychain off, but then you just have this chunk floating around in your pocket, and this isn't even that big of a pepper spray, but I don't want it just sitting in the bottom of my pocket. And that's where POM is pretty cool, in my opinion, because they have the POM clip, and this is how I carry my pepper spray and have for like the last couple months or whatever. And I really like this. This is super easy, it stays out of the way. I keep my knife and flashlight and stuff down in my pocket in a little leather organizer. So this just is really the only thing sitting on top of my pocket, and I like it. However, there are some downfalls to this, and that's where these are going to become very useful, I think, for me. And most likely for you as well if you carry pepper spray on any regularity. So, this clip, I'll talk about it in a minute here, where it fails and when it works well and when it doesn't work well. But now that the POM stuff is out of the way, let's talk about these a little bit more and then the build quality and stuff like that. So these are 3D printed. You can tell because I have a 3D printer and I know what it looks like, but you can kind of see the print lines in here. So like I said, Alti clip, all metal. They have nice rubber gaskets, heavy duty screws. Yeah, it looks like it's and feels like it's put together pretty well, because it is. If anything was ever going to break, it would be the 3D printed piece, but I doubt that's going to happen. You can't really over tighten this. I don't think you'd be able to, oops, sorry, I'm out of frame. I don't really think you'd be able to over tighten and crack this, to be honest, because of these gaskets, but I guess I don't know. I haven't tried, so we'll find out. But yeah, I think this would really be your only worry or place of concern for something breaking on any of these. And if any of them were going to break, actually, it'd probably be this one, just due to the size. Obviously, you can see there's a little flex in them. In this one, that's much easier to do than on something smaller like this. This is a lot harder to push in on. Anyway, I don't really have any worry that these are gonna break. I guess just right off the rip, looking at these, the only issue I can think of off the top of my head, because it is 3D printed, depending on the filament that was used, filament being just what it was printed with, the type of plastic, and I don't know, I'll reach out to the owner and find out, but because it was 3D printed, it's not going to hold up to heat super well, like high temperatures. You know, if you're walking around outside on a 90-degree day, you're not going to have any issues. But if you left this in your car and it was 100 degrees outside, I could see that this might warp a little bit in your car, depending on what filament it is, so I'll have to figure that out. Sidebar real quick, I will link this dude's website down below. I'm not getting any money for this, so it's just a link to his website. If I do become an affiliate for him because I like this stuff that he makes, I'll eventually change that out and you can support the channel like that as well. But anyhow, if you do want to purchase anything that you see out here, there'll be a link down below to his website. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, that would be my only concern, is if you left this in your car, that it might warp. If you had the pepper spray in it, it'd probably be fine, but anyhow, something to consider. And like I said, when I do my long-term review of these after using them for a while, I will have that information of what these are printed in. Okay, so let's talk about it a little bit. So I don't think this is gonna fit. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't fit just with the POM pepper spray as it is, so you'll have to take the shell off. I assume you probably want to take this off to get as much of the pepper spray in there as possible. Yeah, you can see that's flush right now. Probably want as much in there as you can get, so we'll take that off. Yep, there you go. You get that little bit extra security. It's a little loose right out the gate, but just like any other holster, you can tighten these 2 screws and get better retention. I'm willing to bet that is exactly how it works. I don't have a screwdriver. That is poor on me. Poor planning on my part. We'll try this guy out. Oh yeah, that is significantly better retention. Much tighter. So there you go. Tighten the screws down and you'll get better retention. You can see how loose that one is, and you can see how tight that is. So obviously play around with it, figure out the retention that you like, and just like a normal holster, practice with it, and you'll know and get a good consistent draw of your pepper spray. So that is what that looks like. I have a belt here from Core Essentials. This is a limited edition colorway, so if you're interested in a Core Essentials belt, I will link that down below. But anyhow, this one, you can see, just clips over your belt, just like a holster, normal holster for a firearm. Just clips onto your belt, and there you go. That is pretty slick. That would keep it out of the way and out of your pant line, or out of your pant pocket if you didn't want it in your pant pockets. And really, honestly, not that big. If you can carry a pistol around all day, you could most definitely carry this and probably not even know you have it on you. So there is that. Obviously it comes off nice and easy. Get this guy out of here. So there is the belt worn one. The Ulti-Clip. This is actually the one I'm really excited for because, again, I could maybe see myself using this one. I'm not exactly sure if I will wear it on a belt every day, again, because I wear this inside my pant pocket. However, where this becomes, I'm sorry, that was probably loud. Where this becomes an issue, when I wear jeans or work pants, it's fine. There's enough material for this to clip to grab onto. However, when I wear gym shorts and go to the gym, I don't normally take my firearm because it can be a pain, to be honest, working out with firearm. So I usually just have pepper spray on me, and this has fallen out of my pant pocket a couple times now when squatting. So now I usually carry it appendix just in the front of my shorts, which isn't terrible, but it's not great. Like doing RDLs or something, I can always feel and know it's there more than I'd like to. So that is why I'm excited about this little guy. Man, I am sorry guys, butterfingers here. I should just be able to clip this right onto my gym shorts. I will put some footage up here for you guys of me doing that, but I should just be able to clip this right onto my gym shorts and then have pepper spray on my gym shorts wherever I want, and I shouldn't have to worry about this falling out. That'll actually be really nice when running too, because then I shouldn't have the worry of this bouncing and falling out. The owner did mention that he actually, when he works out, he wears a, I think it was like a blue Alpha gear or something like that, I can't remember off the top of my head, but he wears a real thin belt just around his waist, and then slaps this guy on and throws pepper spray in like that. I'm a little bit more interested actually in this guy though, the Ulti-Clip. The Mark III has got, I'm talking about that one, it's got the big clip on it, so assume that'll just slide over. Yep, just slides over. This retention will definitely have to be adjusted. That's obviously pretty loose, but there is that. I'm not exactly sure how I'll use this one for the Mark III. I have this right now, the one I own, I have in my low profile plate carrier from T-Rex Arms, and that works pretty well just in one of the side cummerbund pouches. So not exactly sure how I'll utilize this. I have one idea I'll show you guys here in a second now. So this is an idea that I had while looking at these online when the guy first reached out to me about them. But this is my wife's concealed carry bag, and in the front she just keeps her pepper spray in the little pouch. That works fine. It does kind of move around a little bit. So a couple thoughts I had was if you could change the orientation of this, rotate it up, you could slide this in here and then have your pepper spray facing up. It'd be much easier to grab and be consistently in the same place if you could do that. However, obviously with this being sideways, you wouldn't really be able to get to your pepper spray. If it was down in the bag sideways, it'd be kind of an awkward way to grab onto it. In this pocket, at least how it opens. If you were wearing this looking down, this would be kind of hard to get to, obviously because it's not what it's designed for, if it was like that, sideways. Anyway, so all that to be said, if this could rotate, that'd be pretty slick for pepper spray. But the Mark III, where was I going with that? So in the back here is the back Velcro panel for where you're supposed to keep your firearm. And this was my initial idea with this. You can't always have a firearm with you. However, like I've said before, if you can't have that, I think pepper spray is a nice secondary or backup option. And throwing some Velcro on the back of here, or if the owner eventually makes one of these that just has a steel plate on the back or aluminum plate or something with Velcro already on it, if you could throw Velcro on this and slap this in here, you would have a pretty big and easy to use can of pepper spray, easily accessible. So if you couldn't have your firearm, you would just be giving yourself another option with a pretty hefty can of pepper spray. So something else to think about, I guess. Throwing some Velcro on the back of this, you can put it in a bag, or if you had Molly on the front of like a plate carrier or something, like I said, this would be a little bit thick for Molly, but if you had some form of like a strap, you could slide this over on a bag or something. That might be useful. I'll have to play around with the Mark III one a little bit more. Not exactly sure the plan for that, or at least for my use case that I can think of right now. The other thought I had for this, but because these are 3D printed, I'm not exactly sure if it'll work, and because of the distance in this clip, and it's not what the distance from the actual holster to the clip is not going to be wide enough because it's not what it's designed for, but would be to put this on your sun visor, because then you would have overhead pepper spray easily accessible. You'd just be able to grab onto it and rip that thing out. And it'd be right over your head while you're driving, so you'd always have it within reach, and it wouldn't be hard to get to like your belt line can be. So that's another thought, but again, I'm not sure how this will hold up to the heat of a hot day in the car, and I don't think this will fit over a visor. So that'll be something to play around with. But anyhow, yeah, there is the Rush Carry pepper spray holsters. Again, you got the two different options for the smaller pepper spray canisters, the Ulti-Clip and the regular belt holster, and then you got the Mark III that just comes with the larger belt holster. Yeah, that is that, guys. I will, like I said, do a longer term review of these once I have worn them around and can give you guys some more valuable feedback other than just what they look like. However, if you're interested in picking some of these up, like I said, that'll be linked down below. These are pretty slick, I'm not gonna lie. These are a nifty little idea, and probably could make a big difference for a lot of people if they are unsure of how to carry their pepper spray, or they don't like to have the pocket clip or whatever, or they don't like having a big keychain, this is another way to utilize your equipment and make it work for you in the way that's best for you. So yeah, I'm not going to say go buy it, I'm not going to tell you not to buy it, but if it's something you're interested in, might be worth looking at, I will do a longer term review in a couple months or a month or so once I've worn and tested these guys all out, and let you guys know from there. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.